The 2025-26 La Liga season is officially underway, and all eyes, as always, are fixed on Real Madrid. Under the fresh leadership of Xabi Alonso, fans are buzzing with anticipation, hoping to see not just a new tactical approach, but also a renewed sense of identity for Los Blancos. Real Madrid kicked off their season at the Santiago Bernabéu against Osasuna, a team not among the league's top contenders, yet one well known for their stubborn, disciplined defending and their knack for frustrating Spain's giants. This wasn't just another opening match. It was the first real test of Alonso's footballing philosophy on one of the biggest stages in world football. For Real Madrid, the opener carried both excitement and pressure. In terms of squad strength, the team had just enough firepower to look formidable, but they were also missing key pieces. Naturally, the spotlight was on Kylian Mbappé, expected to form a devastating partnership with Vinícius Júnior and provide the spark in attack. But Madrid were without Jude Bellingham, arguably their most influential midfielder, sidelined after shoulder surgery. Rodrygo spent the entire match on the bench, a decision that immediately raised eyebrows and sparked debates about his role and future under Alonso. For the Spanish coach, the stakes couldn't have been higher. After all, he was still under scrutiny following Madrid's painful semi-final defeat to Paris Saint-Germain at the FIFA Club World Cup, a result that left many wondering if he was ready to manage a squad full of world-class stars. When it came to his first official lineup, Alonso opted for a 4-3-3 instead of the 3-4-3 that had brought him so much success at Bayer Leverkusen. Between the posts, Thibaut Courtois remained the undisputed number one. The back four featured Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right, Eder Militão alongside new signing Dean Huijsen at center-back, and another fresh face, Álvaro Carreras, on the left. With Bellingham unavailable, Alonso reshuffled his midfield, lining up Aurélien Tchouaméni, Federico Valverde, and the gifted youngster Arda Güler. Up front, Kylian Mbappé spearheaded the attack as the central striker, flanked by Vinícius Júnior on the left and Brahim Diaz on the right. From the very first whistle, Real Madrid stamped their authority all over the game. They dominated possession, pressed high up the pitch, and forced Osasuna into a defensive shell. As expected, the visitors parked the bus, crowding the edge of their own box, denying Vinícius and Mbappé any room to breathe. The first half saw flashes of brilliance between Madrid's two star forwards, combining with pace and flair. But time and again, the final touch was either blocked by Osasuna's resilient backline or fell short of precision. The relentless pressing ensured Madrid controlled the tempo, yet the breakthrough never came. When the halftime whistle blew, the Bernabéu faithful grew restless. They had come expecting fireworks, not frustration. The intensity didn't drop in the second half. Madrid came out with the same attacking urgency, and finally the moment arrived in the 51st minute. Mbappé darted into the box with trademark elegance, drawing a desperate foul from Juan Cruz. Penalty. The stadium erupted, and with trademark composure, Mbappé sent Herrera the wrong way from the spot to make it 1-0, finally releasing the tension inside the Bernabéu. That goal changed everything. With the lead secured, Madrid's football flowed more freely, though Osasuna refused to wave the white flag. Striker Ante Budimir led a few dangerous counterattacks, giving Courtois something to think about. But their hopes of snatching a point were crushed deep into stoppage time, when Abel Bretones was shown a straight red card for an off-the-ball altercation with Gonzalo Garcia. Reduced to 10 men, Osasuna had no way back. The match ended 1-0 to Real Madrid. Hard-fought rather than spectacular, but 3 points all the same. And at the start of a new era under Xabi Alonso, that was what mattered most. And who else but Kylian Mbappé to steal the spotlight? He won the penalty, buried it with ruthless composure, and led the line with the aura of a superstar ready to carry Madrid's attack this season. Beyond the goal, his influence was everywhere. Clever movement to open spaces, relentless dribbling, and constant danger for Osasuna's defense. The numbers back it up. An expected goals tally of 1.06, 6 shots, 8 successful dribbles out of 12, 42 accurate passes from 47, an 89% success rate, and victory in 10 of his 15 duels. Alongside Mbappé's heroics, Vinícius Júnior once again proved why he remains such a lethal weapon down the left flank. His pace, trickery, and sharp dribbling constantly had Osasuna's backline on edge. Even without a goal or assist to his name, his influence was undeniable, stretching the defense, pulling markers out of position, and creating the spaces that Mbappé and others thrived on. Trent Alexander-Arnold also made his presence felt in his very first La Liga outing. Solid defensively, yes, but it was his attacking contribution that caught the eye, whipping in dangerous pinpoint crosses and adding a fresh dimension to Madrid's play. Meanwhile, the introduction of youngsters Álvaro Carreras and Gonzalo Garcia injected energy and boldness into the final stages. In this very match, 18-year-old Argentine talent Franco Mastantuono made his official debut for Real Madrid. He came on in the 68th minute, replacing Brahim Diaz. The Real Madrid faithful immediately rose to their feet, giving the club's newest signing a warm ovation. With this appearance, Mastantuono became the 792nd player in history to make his debut for the club. In the 28 minutes he was on the pitch, Mastantuono left a strong impression on the fans. Playing on the right wing, he showed clear hunger and confidence on the ball, creating a few opportunities for his teammates. His bold and decisive touches, along with those of youngsters like Carreras and Gonzalo, proved that Real Madrid possess remarkable squad depth, enough to stay competitive on all fronts. At the other end of the pitch, Madrid's defense looked rock solid. Courtois had a relatively quiet evening, facing just 2 off-target attempts, thanks to the dominance of the center-back duo Eder Militão and Dean Huijsen. Together, they shut down Osasuna's aerial threats and controlled the defensive line with authority. In fact, it wasn't Mbappé, but 20-year-old Huijsen who earned the highest SofaScore rating of the night. His stats were remarkable. He had 116 touches, a stunning 94% pass completion rate, 7 clearances, 2 successful tackles, and he completed an almost flawless 16 out of 17 accurate long balls. For a young defender, it was a performance of maturity well beyond his years, combining composure at the back with vision to launch attacks. That kind of stability at the back was just as important as the goal up front. It allowed Real Madrid to walk away with not just 3 points, but also their first clean sheet of the new season. A narrow victory, yes, but one built on both star power and structural solidity. Despite opening their campaign with 3 points, Real Madrid left behind more than a few concerns that Xabi Alonso will need to address if his team is to go the distance this season. The first and most glaring issue was finishing. Madrid carved out plenty of chances against Osasuna, 18 shots in total, but only managed 5 on target. That wastefulness turned what could have been a statement victory into a narrow, hard-fought 1-0. Against stronger opposition, such profligacy could prove costly. Another puzzle is the chemistry between Kylian Mbappé and Vinícius Júnior, a storyline that stretches back to Ancelotti's final season and now continues into Alonso's reign. On paper, they are the perfect duo. Blistering pace, devastating skill, the ability to break games open in an instant. Yet their partnership still feels more like 2 soloists than a synchronized act. Too often their combinations lacked rhythm, their understanding still a work in progress. Alonso will need time and perhaps a tactical tweak or two to truly unlock the full potential of this blockbuster pairing. The midfield too showed cracks without Jude Bellingham. Valverde, Tchouaméni, and Güler brought energy and bite, but little in the way of creativity. Without their English talisman pulling strings, Madrid at times leaned too heavily on individual dribbles rather than flowing team moves. And then there's the curious case of Rodrygo. Once viewed as a cornerstone of Madrid's future, the Brazilian spent all 90 minutes on the bench. Meanwhile, Premier League giants like Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City continue to circle with interest. Rodrygo insists he wants to stay and fight for his place, but Alonso's decision to sideline him again raises uncomfortable questions about his role, and whether a major reshuffle in Madrid's attack could be looming. Still, beyond the doubts and debates, there were clear signs of Alonso's vision. High pressing, blistering wing play, and a drive for tactical variety were all evident in this first outing. He doesn't yet have every piece of the puzzle, and some players remain unfinished projects. But the framework is there. The victory over Osasuna, modest as it may have been, offered both reassurance and a reality check. Reassurance that Real Madrid under Xabi Alonso can grind out results, and a reminder that the journey ahead in La Liga and the Champions League will be long, demanding, and full of twists. The new era has only just begun, and the storylines to come promise to be nothing short of fascinating.